Hello everyone and welcome to the Nations Cup Top 24 Superstars. I'm showing you another race here. Believe it or not, I shouldn't have been in this race, and I'll explain that in a little bit of time. First off, usual grid, let's have a look down the grid, but we'll go fast again, of course. So, pole position, Giorgio, then we got Zocchi, Dayrone, myself, 4th. God knows how I got that, by the way. We've got Azorian 5th, Puke 6th, Patom 7th, Indian Food 8th, Hugo Spalding 9th, Boca 10th, Devil 11th, TX3, we know them, Jamie 12th, good shout out to Jamie, nice livery there by Enzo, got the Rick there, got Reg Fix, not seen that guy around, GT Boca Momo, Maluk M, we know that guy, Barate, GT5 Samat, GT Boca Sonic, we got Providal, Christian 94, we've raced him before, and we got Gatos, of course, we've raced him. So let's kick off the race. I'm going to start off with why I shouldn't actually be in this race. So you may have seen my previous video, which was the esports events in Project Cars. Believe it or not, the semi-finals and finals were taking place as this was happening, so I shouldn't have been in this race. I literally got knocked out, helped Matty with a practice run in there, and then jumped straight onto Gran Turismo Sport, saw the combo of Suzuka, thought, oh, I'm pretty quick there straight off the bat, so let's just give it a shot. Managed to just get a lap just outside the top 10 like all-stars lap within 10 minutes. Had to go quickly make some food while the practice was on, and then join this. So I had 10 minutes, 10, that's it, to do any lap, and I'm qualified 4th. So I was mega happy. The one thing you will notice on this first lap is I am well scared with the person behind me, Azorian. As you may have seen in the manufacturer's video, I think it was, where he hit me as I was on his inside and kept hitting me, as I, you know, nudging me and stuff like that. As you saw on the last Top 24 Superstars, he hit Spider off several times. I believe he hit Spider as well. A few other guys told me he's hit them as well, so, you know, he's doing it to many people. And he's hit me off in the past, hit me off at Bathurst. I think we've got a video clip of that somewhere. And I've also got a... oh yeah, you've seen the manufacturer's one already. So obviously, it's quite well known for hitting people off, so I am worried at this point. Even so, we're built up a little bit of a gap there, 4/10 of a second, and you know, we're catching Dayrone here, but Azorian's catching us slightly there, a little bit on the straight. So because I had very little practice, I wasn't sure of where I'm changing gear exactly. Obviously, the top 24 superstars, sorry, the top 10 lap times. You know, you can look at the goes quickly, get an idea of where you should be changing gears, etc. At this point, I'm just going off what you would normally do in a real car, you know, try and max out the revs as best as you can, because that's usually what you should be doing. But we're heading up to 130R. Love this corner, absolutely cracking corner. And as I said on the Suzuka track guide, if you haven't watched that, go watch it. It's a really good track guide. Well, I think it's a really good track guide. This is a really hard place to overtake. Look at my radar. Oh, dear. Honestly, I was so pissed off with that. You've no idea how pissed off I was with that. That's the third time he's wrecked my race. As I say, he's wrecked other people's races. I was actually on to win Nations Cup this week, by the way, because I'd had 2 cracking points hauls. And now I'm being dropped all over the place. So I'm trying to keep my line here, because there's a guy either side of me. Look at the radar. 3 red circles on either side. So I just back out this a little bit. Slightly tap Hugo Spalding. I couldn't really do much there. I'm in the middle of 2 cars. I'm sure he realised that. So now I'm in 9th place, and you can watch the webcam if you really want, because you're going to see me start chatting to myself, proper saying all sorts, but I am peed off with Azorian at this point, and I mean seriously peed off. It's been a long time since I've had that much just frustration, because this is Top 24 Superstars. It's meant to be the fastest guys on GT Sport, well, in the European region anyway. Obviously there's separate regions. Everyone should be racing fair, clean, you know, you should be able to have side-by-side racing, and here we are being binned off. And it's happening every week with Azorian round. Even so, let's start talking about the racing now. Let's forget about Azorian for the moment. You got nearly lose it there on the exit of Tidgney 2. Talked about that in the track guide. It's a very sketchy corner with that light green curbing on the exit. And as you can see, everyone is side by side at this point. This is the thumbnail, of course, of the video. As we continue on and look at the TV camera now. Line of cars, whole line of cars, all battling for 5th place. So it's looking pretty good at the moment. And this is a race of 2 halves. And it's quite a long one again. Top 24 race is always a quite long one, and I'm not showing qualifying laps anymore because it is long racing. And let's be honest, I show some fast laps. Let's have a look at the racing. So as you can see, we're all really close. TV camera just does it justice there. Look in top right hand corner, that TV camera line of cars just looks absolutely epic. Boo, 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 boo. Oh man, I love that sort of stuff. But we've got 130R again, so this time I'm hoping the guy behind me. I've not raced the guy behind me, GT Baka Juju, before, so not too sure. Worried a bit about Devil's ping bar there, being 1 bar. But all good. There we go. That's how you get through the Casio triangle. All fair and square. To do a move there is ridiculously hard. In the track guide I showed you a perfect example of that, but you cannot dive bomb anybody there. It is impossible to dive bomb someone there and get it right, really, unless the other person is very compliant and just lets you through. As you can see, everybody's all over the track trying to get slipstream. Going into here, Azorian is pushed to the outside a little bit there. Indian on the inside, and he's lost a couple of positions. At this point, you can see me wording it a little bit. I'm just like, please just bin Azorian off so we can have a good, fair race for a change. But even so, we continue on, lap number 3, and again, look at that queue of cars on there. Got to give it to Enzo, Bam Enzo. He looks like he's got the best livery in my opinion. It's like a V8 supercar Mimic with just the Vodafone details on. Looks absolutely fantastic. Jamie as well with his Amazon Prime. I'm not sure whether he works for Amazon Prime or not, but Jamie's got a good livery there. And obviously we know the TX3 livery. Well, if you don't know it, that is the TX3 livery that goes on all their cars. So on the ESL, when it's a white car, that's actually the colours they're running on their own screen. Even so, let's look at this. We're coming up to the hairpin now. Not a very good place to overtake. I think Indian Food's got it all wrong there. Just clipped the grass, perhaps. Has just gone off. So we've gone up a position at least. We're up to 8th position. Starting 4th, up to 8th. Not doing too bad here. So we're going to keep pushing on. And as you can see, the group is slowly splitting up here. We've got Juju behind us. So I am wary of that, but it's a very hard place. You know, everyone's got slipstream of each other here. Slipstream's not hugely effective either. It is in this part of the track, obviously going up to the 130R. The 130R is not a good place to overtake at all. At all. So as you can see, we're just racing on, and you can see people pulling away from me. So there is something with the gears that I probably needed to look at, but even so, you know, we qualified 4th, so I was very happy with that. You know, I couldn't have wished for anything more really. Pole would have been nice, but it'd been impossible. Bearing in mind we have the top 10 guys in here anyway, and I think that it was 206. As you can see, I'm not sure whether he was tagged there or not by Azorian, Patom, but even so, you go through there. Azorian trying to come across again, nudge people off. It's bad racing. Get your bloody radar on. At this point, I already know what I'm going to do, and it's the first time I've done this in GT Sport. And I'm not afraid to say I did do this. I'm purposely going to hit Azorian off at this point. He has done my head in for 3 races. He's hitting other people off. So I hit him there. I'm just going to over the pit manoeuvre here. Bang. Straight off. See you later, mate. Have fun at the back of the grid, because I'm fed up with it, as are other people. As I say, I've had messages from other people, and you will see at the end of this video even more messages about it, because it's ridiculous. So if you see that guy, just tell him to race clean, otherwise just, you know, it's ridiculous. Let's get to the racing though. Forget about him now. He's gone. He's at the back of the field. He ain't getting anywhere. Perfect pit manoeuvre. Let's continue on. So we're down to 9th position. We're 9 seconds off Zoki here, and we should have been fighting for this lead in my opinion. Even though we've had that little bit of practice, we should have been fighting for the lead. We've got Jamie behind us. I know Jamie races spot on, so, you know, shout out to Jamie. He's a clean race. As you can see, these two just make a mistake there. Tidgney too. Jamie does something very smart here. I've watched his video. He lets off a little bit, just to not give the game away of where he wants to go, and then he goes to the inside. So I give him room on the inside. Look at the TV camera. Perfect racing, perfect clean racing. I'm going to have a bit more momentum on the exit, turning tighter for Jamie. He can't accelerate as quick as me off the corner because he's got a tighter angle on the steering. So I keep that 7th position for now as we continue on up to Spoon Corner. Jamie is so close here. And we've got a lot of ground to gain now to catch up to Devil and also Spalding as well. But we just managed to pull a little bit of a gap there to Jamie, and we're sort of in the slipstream nearly or just to Devil, so we keep pushing. I'm worried for Jamie at this point because he's got 2 bars, and I know he's suffered a couple of disconnects, but we advance to lap number 8, and as you can see, we've caught up to Devil at this point. Look at the right hand side, 2:07.1, really fast qualifying time there. Really fast lap. That would have been a cracking qualifying time. And we're coming up to the Casio triangle. Obviously, as I say, it's a very hard place to overtake. To do this properly, you need to be on the ball and very close to the driver in front. So now we're going to look to try and overtake TX3 Devil. I said this is rated 2 halves. You saw the first half with 4 laps. We've now got the first third, the last third. So it's a race of thirds. And as you can see, we go towards the inside of TX3 Devil as we come into this corner. Now I back out this a little bit more than I potentially should have, really. I mean, I was a little bit alongside, but because of Devil's ping, you've got to take into account that I will show further back on his screen, irrespective of where he's on my screen, because he's got more lag. And in that situation, obviously he's going to come across because he thinks he's got right of way, but actually, potentially he doesn't. But even so, I want to race clean, you know. We sorted out Azorian. We're racing clean now, and we're going to have a good battle for 6th place. So let's see what we can do. So we're going to keep pushing. I've obviously got the pace. I've brought Jamie and Rick along. Enzo, unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened to him, but Rick managed to get 9th off Enzo there. And through Tidgney 2 we go. And as you can see, we can see we saw 2nd place actually, just up the road. He was just taking this as we came out of Tidgney 2. So, you know, we could have been fighting, as I say, for that victory. Which, wow, I was a bit gutted about it. Even so, we continue on. Hugo Spalding still in sight, and 4th place technically is in sight, but it'd be really difficult to catch up to 4th place at that point. So I am looking at 5th, 6th position. If I get those, I'd be happy. As you can see on the front of my bonnet, number 12 is where the lobby expects me to finish. So I'm already ahead of the game at this point, so I'm fairly happy. As we come around Spoon once again, we are looking for the slipstream here. As you see, Devil just got a little bit sideways on the exit, but we are pushing hard here, and we're 9.2 seconds now behind Zoki. So Zoki's got a good gap there. Obviously we saw 2nd, and 2nd is definitely not 9 seconds up the road, so Zoki's got a really good gap as we come through here. Once again, we're going to try and get close. Not quite yet. So as you can see, I'm adjusting my braking slightly. So this is the thing about when you're following somebody close. You cannot brake at the brake marker. It is impossible. For reasons of the Constantina effect, you know, they brake, you brake, that distance is going to close. So you have to brake a tiny bit earlier, and then if you broke a little bit too early, you can adjust your braking a little bit, come off it a little bit, go back on, and that way you stay close. You know, you don't lose any time at all. As you can see, Devil just getting a little bit sideways in the middle of that first corner. Very close again. Jamie's right behind me, so I've got to be careful of Jamie, of course. And Jamie's up to 4 bars again, which is nice for him, so he can have a good race. But as I say, you've got to be careful. This car is quite weird in the fact that it's very grippy, but sometimes it can just start snapping oversteer for fun. And Jamie's looking to defend from Rick there, coming to this left-hander. That's the end of sector 1, of course. This corner very sketchy sometimes. Run too wide, you're going in the gravel, and we've got that little bit of a gap again. We want that little bit of a gap from Jamie just so we can have a really good go at TX3 Devil and perhaps work our way up. At this point, Hugo Spalding is literally looking as if he's a bit out the way there now for us. And that's really frustrating because I really want to get past Devil. As we once again come into the hairpin. Do let me know what you think about the Azorian incident as well. I am going to play it from his perspective at the end of the video, so feel free to look at it at the end as well, and you'll probably get a good idea of my thoughts as well after that, because it is stupid. It's an absolutely stupid move. As we now come into Spoon once again, we've just lost a little bit of time to Devil here, so we do need to pick it up. Jamie's within distance as well still, so we do have to be careful. I've just noticed my fastest lap is only 3 tenths off the leaders, well, off the overall fastest lap, which I'm pretty happy with, actually. As we head towards 130R once again. So we've got 2 laps basically to try and overtake Devil. Now we've got the speed because we caught him up. Can we do it? So a battle with TX3 is always good. I think Rick just ran wide there. And we come into here. Look how close we get. So we've nailed the braking spot on really for Casio triangle there. The Casio triangle, not Casio. And continue on start lap number 11. So 2 laps we have to try and get this position. Try and get 6th off this guy. So we've got to think about where we're going to do it. And if we look at the track guide again, you know, the places like Spoon Corner, really good place. We saw Jamie make a cracking move there. As you see, Devil just run a little bit wide there. Again, in that situation, I probably should have kept my nose in there. That was sort of my corner at that point. You ran wide and then came across. So I backed out of it a little bit because, as I said, I don't want to spin him out. And that's mainly because he thinks I'm further back than I am because of his 1 bar lag. So that's how some incidents can happen. But as I say, Spoon Corner, a very good place to overtake in a lot of races. But in this race, it was very difficult to even get close enough at that point, just because of the way the cars handle out of the hairpin. They're really good at the hairpin. So Spoon Corner, probably not. Obviously, I mentioned about the Casillo triangle. That's very, very difficult. And as we saw, the first corner, a really good place because you've got a lot of slipstream down to the first corner. You get on the inside, you can go too wide through that corner as well, come out and then do the S's. Hopefully, no problem. Even if you're side by side, it can get tight, but it is possible. We'll continue racing. We've got 1.5 laps now, and Jamie is closer to me than I am to Devil, so it's a little bit worrying at this point because I don't want to lose any positions, and I certainly want to gain. 5th place is looking a bit out of the way now, unless Hugo Spalding makes a mistake. We're not going to get 5th place as we once again come through Spoon Corner. And as I said, I don't really gain that much here. I run just a little bit wide here, and you'll just see me accelerate out there, so I'll lose a little bit of time. Again, this is all about trying to get as close as I can to Devil. And at the moment we're not close enough to get this 6th position. Once again coming through this corner, I'm going to back off. As you see, there's no point trying to overtake here in these cars. Obviously we're racing with the fastest guys that the GT considers in Europe, so you're not going to get an easy move off in the 130R at all. But as you can see, we're close. We're getting closer and closer to Devil all the time. One more lap. Can we do another last lap overtake? Let's watch this and find out. So we're going to head towards the first corner. Not close enough at the moment for a move. We can start showing our nose a little bit there just to be like, hey, we're still here. But as you can see, under braking, we are far superior than Devil under braking. I'm not sure why his car is as oversteery as it is, as we then come into the S's. Now at this point, it's just about trying to get as close as we can. So I'm trying to cut a little bit more here to avoid any dirty air, because then at least a part of the car can get some clean air. Try and get that downforce working as best as it can in this Group 4 car. He runs a little bit wide there in my mind, bit too wide, because you really want a good run through here. It's better to get a good run than at that corner than it is the previous corner. But it's still 4 tenths difference, so I'm going to really push now. As you see, yellow flag's out, so I know somebody's binned it somewhere up here. I'm not sure who yet. As we come around the corner, Devil makes a bit of a mistake there, bit of oversteer. And as you can see, Zocchi pulls off to the left. So Zocchi's made a mistake, I believe. So he's lost out on the lead. So we're up to 6th. Can we get 5th place? That'll be even better. So we continue out the hairpin. We made up 1 position. Not sure what happened to Zocchi. A bit unfortunate because he was 9 seconds up the road, 10 seconds up the road, and now we're only 6 seconds off the leader. So it looks like it might have been self-inflicted. Not sure though. As we continue on, as I say, Degner 2, very dangerous corner coming into Spoon. And we nail this brilliantly. So next corner. Look how close we are. So I'm going to put pedal to the metal. Look at this. An old Murray Walker. Murray Walker saying that. If you've ever played F196, it's in that game. But that's a really old game. As we head towards 130R, it is not a place we can overtake. But we can put a lot of pressure on him here. As you can see, I let off the throttle. I want to be as close as I can as I come through here. He runs a little bit wide. He goes off at the 130R. Comes back on the track. I've got the braking nailed here, as you saw in the last lap. I've got to give him room on the inside. But does he have a penalty? Because he ran seriously wide at that corner, and he does indeed. So we take 5th position from TX3 Devil to the only lose 1 position after that crazy first opening laps. I was well happy, as you can tell by the camera. I'm finishing under 6 seconds off the leader. I'm happy with that. I had a chance for the victory there if none of that crap happened at the start. But even so, we managed to have a good race with Devil there, and Jamie and Rick. I said I'd show you this message. Basically, I'm messaging him here in chat just to say race clean, because it is moronic driving. Don't knock people off, or if you knock somebody off, because mistakes do happen, I've made mistakes, everyone makes mistakes, just let them by again. If you lose 5 positions for letting them by, that's your because you've made a mistake, that's your own fault. Let them by. As you can see, Jamie has a bit of a fun message there, as you see me type in a second, I'm going to just mention about Azorian again. But what's going to happen after this video is I'll play the Azorian move, and then there'll be a playlist there if you want to watch another GT Sport video, or want to subscribe. My logo will be there, but as I say, that'll be in the last 20 seconds of the video. I want to show you this really because this is proof it's not just me. It happens to more people than just me. And I do say payback is a bitch. It is. You hit people off constantly, you are going to get payback. I 3 strikes and you're out with me. As you can see, he got a red safety rating. He should not be an S safety rating at the moment, in my opinion. He got a red one. Now look at the messages. Provido said he pushed me. I'm not sure whether he means Azorian. I presume so, because that's the only guy that's mentioned in the chat. That's racing dirty. And then watch one more message come in. And as we wait, Patom there, crazy race. And there you go, Jamie. He does that pretty regularly. So you can definitely see that. Happens all the time, not just me. And here it is again. Because, just to show you, look how far back he is. We have to brake early because of the Constantina effect. And he tries to go for a dive bomb, hits me off. He's going off at that point. There's no way he's making that corner. Bins me off. At this point, you let off and let the driver through again. If you lose 3, 4, 5 positions, that's your own damn fault. But, yeah, he doesn't do that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. There's a video playlist there if you want to watch another one. Top 24 superstars last week. Awesome. My logo's there if you want to subscribe. But that's it for now. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.